Hello and welcome to Crusader Kings 3 Tours and Tournaments, the latest DLC release for the game by Paradox Interactive. It's been quite some time since I last played Crusader Kings 3. I first picked up the game when it was initially released back in the day. I played it for maybe 60 odd hours or so, and then I put the game down and didn't pick it up since, at least until today. And it's somewhat puzzling as to why CK3 didn't grab me in that first 60 hours. I mean, I'm definitely no stranger to the grand strategy genre, or indeed to Paradox games more broadly, and I put countless hours into other Paradox titles like Hearts of Iron 3 and 4, Europa Universalis 4, Victoria 2, Imperator Rome, Stellaris, and indeed almost 1,000 hours into this game's predecessor, Crusader Kings 2. So you would think that CK3 would be right up my alley, especially because CK3 had a particularly strong launch. I mean, it was probably one of the best game launches that Paradox has ever had, certainly in the last decade or so, and especially when you compare it to other launches in that time frame, like Hearts of Iron 4, Stellaris, and Imperator Rome. CK3 was leagues ahead, and it was rightfully acclaimed by critics and fans alike. I mean, the game was, on its release, fairly bug-free, it was feature-complete, it didn't strip out a lot of mechanics from Crusader Kings 2 to try and sell them back to you as DLC, and just generally made a number of improvements on the previous title. It added the stress mechanic to force you to play in accordance with your character's traits, but give you the option not to for a penalty, which was a great addition. The map was as big as, if not bigger than, the Crusader Kings 2 map on its release. So you could play as anyone in the world that you could play as in CK2, ranging from India in the east to the northern parts of Africa in the south, and to Scandinavia in the north, and Iberia, France, and England in the west, and everywhere in between, including parts of Tibet and the Mongolian steppes. So, you know, that was fantastic, of course, as well. And one massive change that really helped a lot of new players, I think, was it completely overhauled the UI and added a fantastic tooltip system for everything in the game, which made it very easy for new players to learn how to play the game. And not to mention, CK3 on its release had two start dates that you could choose from, 1066 AD and 867 AD. CK2 on its release only had 1066 AD, and it later added 867 and 769 AD through DLC. So CK3 already had two of the three start dates that CK2 had on launch available with the base game. So rightfully acclaimed by critics and fans alike. It made a number of improvements, and you know, it was a very solid game on release, and yet it just didn't hook me and didn't keep me interested or playing beyond that first 60 hours. And I'm not 100% sure why. I think part of it was the DLC policy at the time wasn't that great. So after CK3's launch, I think the first DLC was a flavor pack or something, which just added a number of events. And I recall it being priced at around 15 Aussie dollars, if not more, which was a bit rich for the sort of content that it added. And it didn't really add any new mechanics or increase the depth of existing mechanics, which I think was a mistake. I think they should have focused on, you know, leaving a little bit of a longer delay after the launch and the DLC, and add something that really improved the mechanics and you know, added a new mechanic to a certain part of the world. I know that at the moment they've got a DLC in the pipeline for the Iranian region in Persia, which they're going to really increase some depth and add some flavor to that part of the world, so I'm looking forward to that. At some point I will do a Zoroastrian campaign playing in Persia, and I just hope that they add some new mechanics that are unique to people in that part of the world to really make it unique and interesting to play. Because on reflection, I think the main reason that CK3 didn't hook me on its initial release was that although you could play as anyone in the world, you know, you could play as a tribal chieftain in, you know, North Africa, you could play as a Viking, or you could play as a Christian ruler in, you know, 1066, or a Muslim ruler, or a Mongolian steppe tribe leader, or an Indian Raja. Like, although you could play as any of those people, whether they're a count or a duke or a king or an emperor, you ended up playing the game in pretty much the same way in all cases. And although they had different faiths and cultures, and you know, that was another thing that CK3 added, was a much more robust faith and culture system where you could reform your faiths and cultures and add new traditions and form hybrid cultures and all that sort of thing. Although it had all of those systems in place, and even though you were playing as characters with very different faiths and very different cultures, it really didn't change the way you played. all of those faiths and cultures, all of those government types and tiers, pretty much for the most part, interact with the same base mechanics and play the game in pretty much the same way. There might be some slight flavor variations here or there, but mainly the only difference between those faiths and cultures is you'll get bonuses to certain mechanics, or you'll get malices to certain mechanics, core mechanics, I mean. So there wasn't really any new and interesting unique mechanic that was unique to a particular culture or faith that really changed the way you were playing and created opportunities for more emergent storytelling that was unique to that playthrough. So hopefully they've changed that. They've added a lot of DLC since, which I've picked up. So hopefully, you know, that's made the game a little more interesting and flavorful in that way, and a bit different playing in different parts of the world. One of the only things that does come to mind that was quite different was that, you know, for example, like the Vikings you can raid and pillage, but it didn't really change the way you played too much, other than it making it easier to get money, right? So yeah, anyway. But I'm very excited to jump into the game again, see what's changed since I last played it, and especially because this new DLC, Tours and Tournaments, looks really, really interesting. So, you know, obviously it overhauls the way feasts and hunts work. It also adds grand weddings and grand tournaments, which is pretty cool. But the main change that I'm most interested in is the implementation of a travel system. So previously in CK3 and CK2, when your character wanted to interact with an event, you know, go to your lord's feast or go on a hunt or go to a wedding or whatever, you would just click a button and your character would instantly be transported to the event. You would do the event, things would happen, etc. Once the event was completed, your character would instantly be transported back to wherever they were. And obviously that's a bit immersion breaking, not that realistic, etc. But it also misses the whole opportunity to create interesting events and things to happen on your journey to and from certain locations. So that is what they've added with this DLC, Tours and Tournaments. Now, if you want to engage in feasts or hunts or weddings or tournaments, your character actually has to travel on the world map to get there, and that might take several months. Things might happen on the way. You might die. You might be attacked by brigands or vagabonds. You might meet new strange folk from different cultures, etc. So you have to travel there and then engage in the event and then travel all the way back home. And I think that's great. It really adds to the realism of the world, makes you feel like you're in the world and playing as your character, and it creates new opportunities for storytelling and role-playing. So I'm very excited to try that mechanic out, and I hope they continue to deepen and expand that mechanic to all other parts of the game as well. You know, when you're sending your counselors to spy in another court or something, you know, they should travel there and back, etc. Maybe even add messengers and that sort of thing. So, yeah, very excited to try that out, and I think that's a step in the right direction for CK3. All right, so let's jump into a new game. Oh, I should mention as well, I'm playing on the 1.9.1 patch, so it's not the patch of the initial launch of this DLC. It's the very first patch that they released for the DLC after its initial launch. Unfortunately, I was too busy with real life things. I didn't get an opportunity to play this DLC as soon as it came out, so I'm playing after the first patch, which is probably for the best, because the first patch always fixes a number of bugs and rebalances some wacky things that the DLCs add, which probably were overtuned and that sort of thing. So it's probably best that we're playing it on this patch, but just thought I'd mention that. All right, let's jump in with a new game here. So we've got two start dates, 867 and 1066. Paradox has also very helpfully created these like bookmarks for new players that highlight you know, interesting characters that you might potentially want to play as. You can also just play as anyone, or you can create your own ruler with the ruler designer. But these are, you know, useful bookmarks for new players to get into the game. It rates them in difficulty as well. So here we've got the struggle for Iberia, with the Christians in the north and the Muslims or the Moors in the south, the Andalusians as they're called, fighting for control of Spain and Portugal. And then we've got the Wrath of the Northmen, which involves the great heathen army invasion of the British Isles here, to avenge the death of Ragnar Lothbrok by killing King Aella of Northumbria. So you've got Bjorn Ironside in Sweden, Sigurdur Snake in the Eye in Denmark, Ivar the Boneless in the Isles, and Halfdan Whiteshirt in Jorvik, or York. And then Earl Alfred in Wessex, who later becomes Alfred the Great and unites England and drives out the Viking invaders. So that's an interesting start date. I always enjoy playing as this start date. We're not going to play as it today, though. The Great Adventurers, these are characters that went on to form, large kingdoms or historically significant kingdoms. So Rurik Rurikid, who formed what later became the Duchy of Novgorod, Almos Arpad, who formed the Kingdom of Hungary, etc. I think Jarl Haystein formed Brittany. I don't quite remember. Not sure on that one, and also not sure on the Count of Anjou here, or the Countess of Dora. I don't know. Maybe she formed something significant in Africa by the looks of it. Maybe Mali or something. I don't know. And then, of course, the Carolingians, everyone's favorite dynasty from Crusader Kings 2, the Carlings or Carolingians. These are the descendants of Charlemagne, who united most of Western Europe under the Empire of Francia. So we've got Charles the Bald in West Francia, Lothair II in Lotharingia, Ludwig the German in East Francia, and Prince Karlmann in Bavaria, and then Louis II in Italy. So, yeah, everyone loves the Carlings, as we all know from Crusader Kings 2. But we're not going to play in 867, or indeed as any of those start dates. We're going to play in 1066. And in 1066, we've got the fate of England. You've got Duke William the Bastard invading King Harold of Godwin, who's the ruler of England at the moment. And William the Bastard has a claim on the throne, so he's trying to take over England from Harold. And at the same time, Harald Hardrada, the King of Norway, is also invading England to press his claim on the English throne. So Harold of Godwin is getting assailed on both sides of the ocean there, from Norway and from France. And ultimately, historically, as we all know, William the Bastard won and became King William the Conqueror. And the Norman invasion of England was successful, and ultimately led to the formation of modern English culture. You've also got King Malcolm of Scotland up the north there, and King Svend of Denmark, who I think also has a claim on the English throne, but he doesn't press it. Or I might be wrong about that. But anyway, I'm not going to play as any of those. We've also got Rags to Riches. So in this bookmark, certain characters have been flagged that obviously took their dynasty from rags to riches. So I think Duke Vratislav of Premslid, ultimately, did his dynasty become kings of Bohemia or kings of Poland or Lithuania? I can't remember. But anyway, you've got some important dynasties there. And then lastly, Iberia in pieces, where we've got the northern Christian kings facing up against the last remnants, I guess you could say, well, not quite the last remnants yet, but getting there, of the Moors and the Muslims in the south of Iberia. So you've got the brothers, King Sancho II, Alfonso VI, and I think Anso IV, or Garcia. I can't remember. I think Anso is not related to these three. Or maybe he is. I can't quite remember. Anyway, we're not going to play as any of those. I have my own ideas, so we're going to play as any ruler. Because I've got some characters in mind who I'll want to play as, which I think will be interesting. So we're not going to play in Africa, but you can see you get quite a lot of Africa to play in. We're not going to play there, nor are we going to play in India or Tibet or the Mongolian steppes. You've got the Cumanian horde over here, and nor are we going to play in Iran or Persia or the Middle East or Egypt. You've got the Seljuks here and the Fatimid dynasty in Egypt, and bordering them is the Byzantine Empire, which we're not going to play in either. And we're not going to play in Scandinavia or Eastern Europe or Iberia or France or the British Isles. We're going to play all the way up here in... No, we're not going to play in Iceland. So we're not going to play as any of those. We're going to play in the Holy Roman Empire. And although all of these other start dates are quite interesting, I just feel like playing in the HRE. And we're not going to play as the Emperor. That would be a little bit too easy, I think, starting off as an Emperor. Kaiser Heinrich IV of the Holy Roman Empire of the Salian dynasty. No, we're not going to play as them. And we're not even going to play as a king or a duke either. We're going to play as a count. We're going to start from the lowest possible rank that you can start. And we're going to play as a vassal of this guy, the Duke of Swabia, Duke Rudolf. And there's two choices that I have been tossing up to play as. Either we can play as Count Friedrich of Zollern, who is of House Hohenzollern, which, if you know your history, eventually I think became the Margraves of Brandenburg, and then later the dukes and kings of Prussia, and then ultimately the kings of Germany until I think the end of the First World War, when the kings of Germany were deposed, I guess you could say, dethroned, abdicated, and replaced by the Weimar Republic. So we'll either play as Count Friedrich of Zollern, of House Hohenzollern, or we will play as Count Friedrich III of Ravensburg of House Hohenstaufen. And again, for those of you who don't know, House Hohenstaufen is the house of Barbarossa and Frederick the Great, and so, pretty important dynasty. So I'm tossing up between those two. If I play as the Count of Zollern, we start with only one county, whereas Count Friedrich of Ravensburg starts with two. I'm not overly concerned about that, though, because it's not that hard to expand from one county to two. It's more the coat of arms. They've got this little checkerboard coat of arms and the motto "Union through God," whereas Hohenstaufen has this cool yellow coat of arms with these like lions on it as well, and their motto is "By God and Sword." So I think we might play as Count Friedrich III of Ravensburg. He's Duke Rudolph's spy master. He's unmarried. He's a Catholic Swabian, and he is calm, deceitful, and diligent. So we get a bit of extra diplomacy and intrigue for being calm, a lot of extra intrigue for being deceitful, and we can study the art of scheming. And we're diligent, so we get a nice little boost to diplomacy, stewardship, and learning, but we lose stress a bit less easily. So yeah, I think we'll play as Count Friedrich III of Ravensburg. It looks like a decent character to start as. So we're a Catholic, which is an organized Christian faith. The head of faith is Pope Alexander II. The Roman Catholic Church claims that Jesus bestowed the keys of the kingdom of heaven upon St. Peter, and that, as his rightful successor, the Pope is therefore the supreme spiritual authority of the entire Christian world. So the tenets of our faith are: we get armed pilgrimages, which means it costs us 20% less piety to declare holy wars, and we can gain an additional bonus upon the successful completion of a pilgrimage. Communion: characters can seek indulgences from their head of faith to pay gold in exchange for piety, and characters who have committed criminal acts may seek indulgences to gain forgiveness for them instead. And it also means that the head of faith can excommunicate other characters as well, and makes deceitful a sin, so we're a little bit deceitful, so that's not good. We'll not get as much piety per month, but deceitful's a pretty good trait. And we also have monasticism. Courtiers can take the vows and become a monk, which makes temperate a virtue and gluttonous a sin. The pleasures of fine food and drink only serve to distract us from service to the divine. Isolating ourselves in remote monasteries is the best way to avoid these temptations. And then communion: our rituals are not merely symbolic, they invoke the very presence of the divine itself. Those who cannot or do not join us in their practice cannot be true believers. In armed pilgrimages: our pilgrims travel across the world to visit our sacred holy sites. We will gladly take up the sword to keep them safe from any who would harm them. So that's our religion. And our culture: we are Swabian, which is a communal ethos culture, so all characters of that culture have reduced costs of hiring mercenaries of the same culture, have increased family opinion, but minority vassal opinion will go down. So any vassals we have of a different culture won't like us so much. But all holdings in our culture have 10% faster building time and 5% cheaper building costs, so that's pretty good. We're a Central Germanic heritage culture with high German language. Only men can be commanders. And we have the Swabian aesthetics, which is a German coat of arms, Holy Roman Imperial fashion, continental European architecture, Swabian naming practices, and continental European military equipment. As for traditions, we have mountain homes. This culture knows how to live and thrive on plateaus near the harsh slopes of mountains. Basically makes it less dangerous for us to go into mountains. We gain prestige when building in mountains. We have increased hunt success chance in mountains, and better development growth in those terrains, as well as cheaper construction costs. Parochialism: city residents of this culture are fiercely competitive and independent. They invest a lot of money and energy to make sure that their city is the grandest. So city holdings give more taxes, development and levies, and significantly lower county control. And all Swabian characters will have cheaper city building and holding construction costs, which is pretty nice. And then lastly, industrious. This culture teaches and enshrines ideas of industriousness and hard work on behalf of one's community. So we gain 25 development growth when a building is constructed up to once a year. So I'm not sure if that's once per character per year or if it's once per county per year. I'm hoping it's the latter, because if it's the former, then that's a bit too weak, considering you get plus 15% extra stress from having this tradition. And minus 15% build time, but that's not a huge deal. So that's our culture. Count Friedrich of Ravensburg, I think we'll jump in here. As for the game rules, we're playing with Iron Man enabled, achievements enabled. We're playing on the default game rules. Okay, I'm just spamming that default button, and then I'm going to hit apply, but I'll spam it again before I do. I'm not going to change any of the settings from default, just because I don't want to tinker with that too much. You know, after this campaign, if I think that some of these settings for the next one need to be tinkered with, like exclave independence, so that AI realms don't get splintered too much, I'll think about it and, you know, might bump some of those settings up or down. But for now, I'm just going to leave it on default and play with those settings. So, without further ado, let's jump in as Count Friedrich III of Ravensburg of House Hohenstaufen, and by God and sword, we will expand our dynasty to be one of the most powerful and well-known and splendid dynasties in the world. Let's begin. Alright, so here we are, we're in game. So, we have a number of things that we need to do. We need a court physician, for one, and we've got someone who's poor, who we could appoint. He's our bishop. But I think perhaps what we'll do is we will search for a physician. A court physician is essential to care for the sick and wounded at my court. I will ask my servants to bring forth a number of suitable candidates. So hopefully we find someone good. And we'll also search for a caravan master. A good caravan master is the key to a successful journey. I will request for a number of suitable candidates to be suggested. And we can actually also improve the development of our capital. I dream that Ravensburg will one day be the envy of every ruler under the sky. I must endeavor to be the champion who turns it into the jewel of the earth. All that is needed is for me to put in some more work. Who needs to sleep anyway? So we can get plus 0.2 per month development growth in our capital, and we'll gain 92 stress for being diligent. And it'll be unavailable for 5 years. I think let's do that. That's a lot of stress, but we'll we can get that down with feasts and hunts and that sort of thing. I think it's worthwhile doing that. We can also invite some knights. As the Count of Ravensburg, I need brave knights to defend the realm and conquer new lands. I will send out a herald to let my subjects know I am in search of skilled warriors. At least 3 able-bodied men with 12 or more prowess will arrive as guests at court within the coming months. They'll cost 150 prestige, but we've got 450, so that's alright. Let's do that as well. Those are all the initial decisions. Let's have a look at our character, though. So this is us, Count Friedrich III of Ravensburg. I think I'm going to give us a haircut. I don't quite like that look. Let's change it to... I want to go for like a Sir Radzig look. If anyone's played Kingdom Come Deliverance, you'll know what I mean. Let's go to the bowl cut, and we'll give ourselves a Carolingian mustache. Why not? That looks alright. The rest of it is okay. Yeah, I think that's alright. I'm going to make our hair a little bit more red, I think. More like... yeah, more like that. I don't have red hair, but I just feel like it matches this. It suits this character to have somewhat reddish kind of hair. Yeah, something like that. That looks alright. Alright, we'll go with that. And yeah, that's fine. We'll put him... oh, we can change our stance. That's cool. Vengeful, forgiving, rational, compassionate, callous, zealous. Right, okay. Interesting. We'll just leave it. I don't know what it's on now. I think that's on... what is that? Folded arms. I think that's this one, isn't it? Yeah. Let's change it to... We're not vengeful. Our character is not cynical either. Not compassionate, not irrational. Vengeful is probably the most... No, we'll just leave it, I think, as it is. Anyway, that's pretty cool that you get all that option. Alright, we'll apply those changes. So that's our character. We need to pick a lifestyle as well. Oh, I should have looked at our character's stats before we do that. So we have poor diplomacy, poor martial, average stewardship, good intrigue, and poor learning. And 10 prowess, which is average. So we're not that bad in a fight, actually. We've got no wife. Our heir is our brother, Ludwig von Hohenstaufen, who is also our marshal. And then we've got some other siblings, Otto, Adelheid, Conrad, and Walter. So that's good. And yeah, calm, deceitful, and diligent. So Friedrich takes things in stride, leading a slow-paced life, but it's also in our nature to lie and deceive. And yet again, we don't shy away from hard work. And we have a level 1 of 4 intrigue education. So we get +2 intrigue and plus 10% monthly intrigue lifestyle experience. Friedrich has had some education in the art of intrigue, but any real knowledge in the art has eluded him. Okay, so let's have a look now at our lifestyle. So we get a bonus of 10% to intrigue because of our education. We've got dreadful, which is plus 30% dread gain, which is not very good. I would have rather had the truth is relative so that we could fabricate hooks, and that the find secrets counselor activity could also fabricate hooks, but that's alright. First thing I might do is jump on wealth focus just to grab golden obligations so we can demand payment for hooks. We're only getting 25 experience a month, but it's not that much of a difference from intrigue. Intrigue's only 30 a month. So there's no real difference between going for any of these lifestyles compared to intrigue. If we had a better intrigue education, then it would make a big difference, because it would be like, if it was level 4, it'd be I think like 40 or 45 intrigue experience a month. But as it stands, it's not a big deal. Alright, so that's that done. Next thing, let's have a look at our realm. So we have the county of Grüningen and Ravensburg. We're currently on autonomous vassals, but I think we'll bump that up to limited crown authority so that we can revoke titles and retract vassals. That's going to cost some prestige. It'll also allow us to change our succession laws. And clan government vassals will provide at least 5% of levies and 2% of income. I don't think that impacts us because all of our vassals are feudal, not clan, but we'll pass that anyway. So we're now on limited crown authority. As for succession, we're on confederate partition. All children inherit equally. We can't change it to anything else just yet. I'm not sure why though. We haven't unlocked certain cultural innovations, so we have to leave it on that confederate partition succession law, which is fine. That's not a problem too. We've got one vassal, Mayor Franz of Sigmaringen, who's not that great in terms of his stats. We might do something to deal with that in a second. And then we've got these counties here. So in the county of Ravensburg, we've got just the barony of Ravensburg, which is a castle. It's got the bailey, which is +2 fort level and a little bit of extra tax. It increases cavalry damage and toughness of cavalry men-at-arms that we station there. Heavy cavalry, that is. Then we've got Grüningen, which has homesteads, which adds a little bit of tax and supply limit and levies. And then it's got the city of Sigmaringen, which doesn't have any buildings in it yet, and that's it. We don't have anything else, so that's alright. Okay, I don't think we'll build anything just yet. So that's our realm. I think that's sorted. Our liege is Duke Rudolph, and we're his spy master, I think, from memory. So we've got pikemen men-at-arms, which counter light cavalry, heavy cavalry, camels, and elephants. So they're not bad. I think I'll also want to get... onagers would be good. And mangonels. Mangonels are better than onagers, actually, for increasing siege progress. But I think I'd rather just focus on troops at the moment. We could get light horsemen. I'd rather wait until we get heavy cavalry unlocked, though. So maybe we'll just get armored footmen, get some heavy infantry. They counter spearmen. and they're generally quite good in terms of damage as well. So let's grab some heavy infantry. We'll station them in Ravensburg, which will increase their damage and defense. We'll station the pikemen in Groningen. That'll do. So we're spending a little bit of gold on getting those men-at-arms trained up, but that's all right. As for the council, we've got a pretty good bishop here, Bishop Garman. He doesn't yet support us or endorse us because we have a negative opinion of him, so let's sway him. Hopefully we're successful and increase his opinion of us, and then he'll endorse us. And we'll want to get him to fabricate a claim on, I think we'll go for the county of Zollern. We'll take out the Hohenzollerns once and for all. And we don't have very good other councillors, so I think we'll put our brother on training commanders. Hopefully we'll get a knight invited who'll have better martial stats. Our aunt is our spy master, which I think is fine. Actually, our brother and steward would be a better spy master, so maybe we'll reassign. Oh, she can't be the steward, she can only be the spy master. Alright, we'll leave her as the spy master then for now. We'll put her on finding secrets in our liege's court. We'll want to replace our brother as steward at some point, and we've got Mayor France as the chancellor. Okay, alright, well we'll leave that as is for now. I don't think we can do much else. Yeah, no good caravan masters. We should find some good ones now that we're searching for them. I think that's about all we can do. We don't want to meditate in seclusion just yet, although we can do that at some point to lose stress, because our character is calm. So, yeah, alright, that's all fine. But we need to get some marriages. We can also create an accolade, which is a new feature that they added. So we have a few knights that we can make different accolades for. This accolade UI is pretty terrible. They really need to replace that. I think we'll do that later though. I'm not too worried about that right now. Let's just get some marriages going. So we need to find a spouse. So alliance-wise, we can get some reasonable alliances with some local counts. But I think I'd rather get a marriage with people with good traits. So let's just sort by age, and let's just have a look for decent traits. Any congenital traits that are like level 2 and above are worth considering. So, intelligent. So there we go, intelligent. So Aldonza will pin you. Fecund's only level 1, not too worried about that. Quick is only level 1. Comely is level 1. Yeah, level 1. Wenna, pretty, that's level 2, so that's an option. Hale and a dwarf. Hale is only level 1, I think robust is level 2. That's quick. Comely, because we need to find wives for our brothers as well. Quick, fecund. Okay. Hypatia, that's an interesting name. Not a name you see every day. Feeble. Alright, okay. Got Hale, Comely, Fecund. Comely, Hale, Fecund. Oh, there you go. 2 traits on Alfonsina here. She is both fecund, quick, and a poet, so that's not bad. That's a new icon, this one. Frail. I hadn't seen that icon before. Maybe it's not new. Maybe I just haven't seen it. Alright, let's make this go a little bit quicker. Go comely and quick. What's that? It's Hale. Okay, I think we've probably seen all of the decent... Oh, hang on, what's this one? Robust. Taylorflaith. Okay, Gaelic Catholic. Alright. Okay, I think that's probably everything. Here we go, no, another robust Isabel. Oh no, she's a seductress though, perhaps not. That'll just cause problems for our dynasty. Oh, there was one here. Euphemia, who is pretty, but she's a bit old now, 32. A lot of these characters are a bit old. Oh, Hedwig, who is a genius. She's an eager reveler, grey eminence, gregarious, arbitrary, and lustful. But she is a genius. She can marry maybe one of my brothers. And we had... There was someone here I missed. So that's Hedwig. There. Who's this? Thomasina, who is beautiful, but she's 36. So, not going to be of childbearing age for much longer. And Adriana, who is Amazonian. Powerful, healthy, and strong. Adriana has a sublime female physique, but again, a bit old now, 40. So, alright. Let's marry... Let's marry you to our... Is that going to be medium chance of children? Yeah, you can marry Otto von Hohenstaufen. And we'll get Alfonsina maybe to marry... do we have another? You can marry Volta. And we'll get Aldonza, because she was intelligent. We'll get her to marry our other brother. And then I think we'll marry Wenna. And I think that'll be sufficient. I can unpin them. Close the outliner. Cool. Alright, so that's all the marriages sorted. And we can potentially negotiate an alliance with our uncle-in-law, Duke Otto II, who's married to our aunt, Duchess Recenza of Bavaria, but he will not accept because the connection is through non-close family. We have different ranks. He's a duke, I'm only a count. He doesn't like us, and he's arrogant, and there's a big difference in military strength. So unless we get a hook on him, it's very unlikely that he'll accept. Alright, I think we're good. Oh, there's also an active election in the Holy Roman Empire, but we are not one of the electors, and therefore we cannot vote. Alright, fair enough. We have to be a duke, I guess. Okay, that all looks good to me. Let's unpause, see what happens. Cool. She accepted. Okay, I gladly accept your marriage proposal. I will graciously take the hand of your brother Ludwig in holy matrimony. May God grant us long life and many children. I, Wenna, gladly accept your hand in marriage. May Saint Bridget bless our union, my impressive husband. So she's not a bad wife actually. Patient, cynical, temperate, thrifty clerk, schemer, and Catholic Dutch. Decent-ish stats, not amazing, but not terrible. Obviously, the genius will have the best stats. Alright, so that's all the marriages sorted. We can still marry off our brother Conrad and Adelheid. We'll do that at some point, but we'll probably do that for alliances. Wedding celebration. With my marriage to Countess Wenna, the realm expects us to throw a suitably extravagant wedding celebration. It is well within my right to collect a royal aid duty as part of this, but some may consider it tasteless to levy an extra tax during a time of jubilation. So I can get 350 prestige, or I can get 75 gold. I think I'll take the gold. As per my request, my servants have assembled two options for me to consider for the role of caravan master. Eckehard is said to be the more experienced of the two, but Manfred is of course cheaper. So Manfred, he's not a bad character to be a spy master. And then we've got Eckehard, who would be an excellent marshal or an excellent chancellor. Let's take Eckehard. So we'll recruit him for 50 gold. He will join our court and become our caravan master. He's got good aptitude. And for the physician, the world is full of dangers, even to a count and his court. As per my request, my servants have inquired after recommendations. Now they have assembled a few options to choose from. So we can go with Lutbert or Eckehard. Both pretty average. Lutbert is not got great stats. And Eckehard is our caravan master. So we've already got him, so it doesn't make sense to... We'll just take Lutbert. That's fine. He can be our caravan, our court physician. He's also our knight, so that's also fine. What we will do is... thinking now, I think we will revoke your title because you're a terrible mayor. So he'll lose opinion of us. We won't gain tyranny because it's just a barony. You can revoke baronies for free. And he'll go closer to forming a rivalry with us, but that's alright. So we take the city of Sigmaringen. We don't want to hold on to it though, because we're not the right... the holding's the wrong type. We're a feudal government, so we can't hold cities directly. So we will grant that out to a noble of the Swabian culture, which will generate someone new who's also rubbish, so we'll revoke that from him. And we'll grant it out again. Hopefully we get someone decent this time. 1199, also a bit rubbish. I just want someone who's got good stats in stewardship, really. I need a steward. Let's try again. Okay, also not good. Just keep doing this until we get someone decent. Terrible. These are all terrible mayors that are being generated here. 11, yeah, not great. I'm hoping for 16 plus, to be honest, for stewardship. 14's alright. 14's not bad. 14's not bad. I'll take 14. It's better than 7. So let's, yeah, assign him. He doesn't like us much, because he's parochial, but that's alright. And let's appoint... Oh, how come we can't appoint our caravan master? I guess we can't. That's alright, let's appoint our brother then. And let's set him on domestic affairs. The only reason his skill is so terrible, I'm worried if we have him set on... Oh, though we do get extra prestige, and we need prestige. Yeah, alright, let's keep him on foreign affairs. I'm just worried that some of those negative events will fire. Should be a shame. And let's set Mayor Berard on increasing development in our capital as well. So we'll get 2.55 development growth per month in Ravensburg. So it'll take 4 years to increase development, but, you know, it's worth it. It's worth having good development, get more taxes, levies, etc. So we'll do that. Alright, so we're in debt slightly, but only for a little bit. Won't be long. We've just summoned Megenhard as a guest to our court. And our liege is now in a regency because he's travelling, so his one of his courtiers has taken over his region. I saunter between the market stalls of Ravensburg, a heavy pouch tugging at my belt. How do I make this coin work for me? As I admire the wares of a local sculptor, Catholic imagery, a sound investment, my guest Sigismund suddenly appears at my side. A word of advice, my lord? Have a look at the jeweller's stall over there. Their wares might be simple, but their potential is great. Alright, so I can lose gold and I'll get monthly piety and extra taxes by investing in the sculptor's workshop. Or I can invest in the jeweler's workshop, lose 30 gold, I get monthly prestige and more taxes, or I lose the money if my investment fails. Or I can just turn a quick profit with some clever trades. Let's just take the money. I need instant cash more than anything. And I don't know how much of a boost the plus 20% would have been, really, to be honest. Alright. Have another knight. Luitpold has heeded my summons. 23 prowess, that's very good. That's a lot of prowess. still can't replace any of these, can I? No. Okay, that's alright. Okay, she's... Greetings, nephew. Despite our best efforts, my agents have yet to uncover any secrets at Duke Rudolph's court. However, I still believe there is something going on in the shadows. I only need a little more time to determine what that is. Yes, if there is anything, we shall find it. Keep going. To the impressive Friedrich, with your permission, I would like to betroth your sister, the sensible Adelheid von Hohenstaufen. So you're the Count of Zurich, which is our not our vassal, sorry, one of our fellow vassals in the Duchy of Swabia. Just wondering if I can, let's just close that. Wondering if I can get a better alliance with her. Yeah, I can. That's way more potential troops. Yeah, alright. Let's betroth her to Count Voislav of Karachev, because he's got a lot of troops that we can call in as an ally, potentially. So we'll do that. So sorry, Count of Zurich. I also don't want the Count of Zurich getting claims, you know, somehow over any of my territory, so it's better this way. Kuno has heeded our summons. Very good. I do not believe we will ever find anything ever. Okay, alright. So she's not going to find any secrets. So switch back to disrupting schemes. Maybe you can search for secrets in the HRE more broadly. So we'll put her in Kaiser Heinrich IV's court. Maybe we can find some secrets there. Maybe I'll also send my character now. Actually, let's search for another physician. Because we might be able to find someone who's even better. Yeah, he's actually a novice physician. He's not bad. So his aptitude is poor. Is he worth hiring though? Probably not. His stats aren't good enough to warrant it, so let's just leave it. But we could go and meditate. Meditate in seclusion. Might lose stress, gain traits, or even increase our learning skill. Only through meditation can we come to understand the true nature of the universe. Though it means neglecting my other responsibilities by retreating into seclusion for meditation, I may learn more about myself and the universe I inhabit. Let's do that. I can only do that once every 3 years. Okay, so I can either cancel the decision or I can pick from 2 locations. I can meditate in my own castle or in the gentle plains of Gruningen, which is a safe and easy place to meditate, and I'm more likely to lose stress. Embarking on an inner journey through meditation is no trivial thing. Many preparations will need to be made, the least of which is deciding where I shall retreat to. The location I choose to meditate in will heavily influence the outcome of my journey. Let's go to the gentle plains of Gruningen. No dangers on the way, so we don't need to hire any travel options. Take us 11 days to get there, and then presumably we'll meditate for a little bit. Cost us 6 gold. Alright, let's go. Fresh start. All packed and proper, we have finally come to the point where we can start our journey from Ravensburg to our next destination at Gruningen. As we depart from the holding and our mounts start treading new ground, I am certain we will return soon and in one piece. I can't wait. Okay, so now we meditate for 6 months. That's a bit longer than I thought. It's quite a long time to meditate, actually. Okay, I have prowled through documents both ancient and of less certain provenance. I finally have enough material to make the case that you are the rightful lord of the county of Zollern. All that is missing is one little bribe. So see it done, we'll lose 69 gold, we'll gain an unpressed claim on the county of Zollern. Yep, let's do it. We'll go into debt for a little bit, but that's okay. It won't be too long that we're in debt. And then he will now be back onto religious relations. Okay, that's fine. No problem. Greetings, Count Friedrich of Ravensburg. You cannot have believed that the agents of your spy master would go unnoticed at my court forever. I demand that you cease this rebellious behavior at once. Okay, I don't want to let him imprison me, so a simple mistake, my liege, that is all. Call her back. Let's send her then to maybe the French court. The French are probably up to something. See if she can find secrets there. Betrothed can marry. Okay, well let's formalize that betrothal then. Get that alliance. We failed to sway our bishop. That's a shame. Making a trip to the wide open plains of Groningen, I found my mind unencumbered and free to wander. The remote location was a significant boon, giving me a welcome reprieve from the daily problems I typically have to deal with at court. I'm glad I took the time to do this. So I lose 12 stress, not that much, but I improved my skill at meditation. Cool. So we didn't sway our bishop, but that's alright, we'll try again. And a faction was created against Duke Rudolf to install Count Berthold of Zurich on the Swabian throne. Right. At long last, I am finally home. There is nothing better than arriving back in Ravensburg after a long journey. I look forward to resting for some time, but the call of the road beckons ever onward. So we travelled for 195 days across one barony. Looks like our liege is in war with some vassals down south. Our meditation is concluded. And we've got the mismanaged population for 5 years in the county of Ravensburg. Eek, that's not good. It's partially because we're in debt too. Oh, there we go. Pregnancy. Fate smiles upon me. My wife, Countess Wenna, is bearing my child. Why does she look so defensive? I cannot wait to hold the babe in my arms. Well, presumably she got pregnant before we went away meditating, but that is a little suspicious. These are tumultuous times for the county of Ravensburg. Report after report arrives detailing the dire states of affairs in the area, and the peasants have started muttering about alternative solutions. So I can handle it personally and gain meticulous management, which will be plus 30 popular opinion, or I can increase taxes punishment, gain 13 dread, and gain suppressed unrest for 10 years. That's quite good. Let's increase the taxes punishment. Yes, it increases the dread, but you know, that's more taxes, man. Oh, I got an unpressed claim on the county of Burgau. Where is that? Next to us. Oh, it's in Bavaria, so I'd have to declare war on the Duke of Bavaria to press that claim, so I'm not going to worry about that. Ooh, while performing her duties as spy master, Adelheid has uncovered a secret held by Count Archambaud of Bourbon. He has taken Yolande, the daughter of Baron Eudes of Châteauthierry, as a lover. Right, okay. That's useful to know indeed. So let's blackmail him. And he'll accept, which is good. And we can also blackmail her. She'll also accept. So we get 2 hooks for that. Annoying company. I am comfortably soaking at the bathhouse, finally getting some well-deserved downtime, when a grating voice from somewhere nearby interrupts my tranquil thoughts. Did you see his... and that ridiculously tiny... A little farther into the room, I spot Yolanda making obscene gestures, surrounded by a crowd of laughing sycophants. It is hard to miss that they are all staring at me. I barely know her, and I already feel like I hate her. How dare Yolanda ridicule me in public? I will not forget this slight. Oh, so she's the woman I blackmailed. Right. I don't want to gain stress, so let's just... I'm probably overreacting. Spend the prestige. It's a bit, considering that I blackmailed you, that's bold, you know, to criticize me like that. Alright. Duke Berthold has replaced Count Rudolf as your liege after being installed by a faction. Wow, so he acquiesced. So now Berthold is the Duke of Swabia. Interesting. To my vassal, as an influential count, it is only fair that you have a voice on my council. In recognition of this fact, I hereby offer you the position of Spy Master of Swabia, which I graciously accept. So there we go, that increases my natural dread, hostile scheme power, and monthly intrigue lifestyle experience. Cool. That's neat. Very neat. I can actually also set my wife to buff a particular stat instead of all of the stats, but I think I'll just leave it on all of the stats for the moment. Hey, we have a son! With a tired yet blissful smile, Wenner presents me with a perfect little son. One day, child, you will carry on my legacy. What name would befit a count? Let's go with... Yeah, let's go with Werner. Werner von Hohenstaufen. May you grow to be strong and wise, my son. Oh no, he's hideous. That's very unlucky. That's unfortunate. It's just funny considering she's pretty. Must have taken more after my traits. Hey, we swayed our bishop and he now supports us. That's good. So let's switch to sway the Pope instead. So if the Pope likes us, we can get him to help us out with claims and money and that sort of thing. Alright, so we're now back in the positive in money. And, okay, she's not finding anything in that court, so let's switch her back to finding secrets in the Duchy of Swabia. And let's declare war if we can. Ah, okay, we need more fame. We need more prestige, so we'll have to wait a little bit longer. Maybe we'll go on a hunt or something to get prestige. We need a bit more gold to do that. Oh, he's removed me as Spy Master. Well, that's very annoying. Who's his Spy Master now, then? Count Adalbert. He's not better than me at being a Spy Master, is he? Yeah, scarcely. Alright, so we can unlock the first stewardship one, demand payment for hooks, which is good. That's what we wanted, and that'll get us 50 gold from Count Archambaud, which is great. I'm wondering now, do we stay... I think we have to stay a steward for a little bit longer. We can get cutting cornerstones next, which will decrease construction costs, and then we'll switch to martial lifestyle, I think, after that. Okay. Yeah, keep going, keep going. If there's anything, we shall find it. Let's go on that hunt. The chase provides thrills and dangers in abundance, and serves to provide a firm grounding in riding and archery. Hunts are overseen by the master of the hunt, who will announce sightings of beasts common, rare, and fierce. Oh, we're not employing the master of the hunt, so let's do that first. Lutbert is excellent, so we'll make him our master of the hunt. And then we will... yeah, go back. Alright, so we can get Gloryhound, Vassal Opinion, Trophy Artifacts, Prestige, Lose Stress, Hunter Trait Experience, and Acclaimed Knights may gain Glory. Cool. Alright, let's do that. So, we've got Hunt, Falconry, and Legendary. We can't do Legendary unless there's a Legendary sighting. So Hunt, choose a quarry from the variety of local animals, increases the Venator Hunter Trait Experience. Higher peril grants more prestige. Martial sexes may actively participate, and non-martial sexes may spectate. Proud and cunning beasts stalk the wilderness, outwitting and overcoming them tests valor and hones skills. And then falconry increases falcon or hunter trait experience, and both sexes can participate. Though costly, hawking and falconry provide a joy in the mastery of nature beyond compare among the noble pursuits. I think we'll go with the regular hunt. And where do we want to do it? We can do it in... yeah, we'll do it in Brigands. And there's a little bit of danger in that region, so let's just hire a mountaineer to remove the danger. And then as for this, do we want to reduce stress or slay the beast? I think we do want to reduce stress, so we'll leave it on recreation. And we'll have to leave it on default, I think. So that'll... or can we skimp on success chance but increase prestige? But I think that requires successful completion. We'll just leave it on the default settings, reasonable party size, and reasonable amount of attendance. So those are groups of servants aid in finding and cornering the game, and a decent group of notables and courtiers of the realm will accompany us. So that's fine. Alright. So let's start the hunt. So our mountaineer Eric was hired to join the entourage. Oh, and Alfonsina and Walther can get married, so let's get them married. I will be hosting a hunt in Brigands, and the time has come for us to depart. I have no doubt I will soon be returning home, covered in glory. It's true, there is nothing quite like a good old-fashioned hunt. Great. As we await the arrival of the rest of the guests, my servants can get started on the preparations. The gamekeepers check the grasslands each day for signs of quarry, while establishing a camp closer to the hunting grounds. I have checked my gear and horse many times. It won't be long now. So this is everyone that's participating in the hunt. We've got... Lutbert, your master of the hunt, summons the party to gather as the light reaches the camp in the hills near Brigands. The local gamekeepers have scoured the vicinity for recent tracks in fumes. A herd of bison is near at hand, and with a mighty bull amongst them. Lutbert grins. This ought to be fun. So we can seek the bison, which is dangerous but impressive. Or I want to hunt something with Vim, go for middling and middling, but success chance will decrease. Or we can seek a hare. Why would success chance decrease when we go down a tier? Doesn't make sense. Alright, let's go for the bison. Let's get out there. So, who do we have in the hunt? We've got Lutbert, master of the hunt. What's this? My acquaintance Rudolph is crouched down on the ground, humming cheerfully, picking orchards. He appears to have lost all interest in the hunt. Count, what a bounty of nature. Look at these plants. Truly the wealth of the earth knows no bounds. We do not appreciate these simple treasures enough. So I can say, get back on your horse. Or I can decrease success chance to get learning lifestyle experience. Or I can get my court physician to stock up. Or I can accuse him of witchcraft. No, I think get back on your horse. I'll get a bit of hunter trait experience, get a bit of prestige, and get success chance increase. So who do we have with us? We've got Mayor Berard, Mayor Gunzelin, ourselves, Ludwig, our brother, and Lutbert, master of the hunt. Right. Interesting. Lutbert found tracks. Poachers, here in the Count's Highlands? They huddle together as I ride up with my guards, making a poor job of hiding the dead stag behind them. We did not do this. Please, have mercy, glorious Count. Their blades and bows belie their words. So I can hang them, punish poachers, lose popular opinion but gain more taxes. Or I can try to bargain with them, gain some gold and prestige and increase success chance. Or it'll decrease greatly. Let's give it a try. Hey, they acquiesced. Great. So I got prestige, and I got success chance and a bit of money. Awesome. My knight Lutbert is the first to spot the herd. Carefully putting the party into position, we descend on the bellowing beasts, separating a worthy bull from the panicked group. We gather between the lone bison and the fleeing herd. Now begins the real chase. So after it we ride, I'll gain prestige It's more perilous, success chance will increase, but an accident will be more likely to occur, and I'll gain stress because I'm calm. We can attempt to corner it. Now let's try to ambush it. Cool, they flushed prey, increased our success chance a little bit. As Lutbert and I pad on foot over some troublesome ground, I almost jump out of my skin at the sound of an almighty yelp. I turn to see my knight has fallen into a concealed pit trap, which now holds his leg tightly in place. He howls in pain. My leg! Ah, I didn't see the blasted thing. Ah! I must press on or we'll lose the bison. He'll get wounded and a minor health penalty for leaving him in trap. Or my men will take him back. Success chance decreases. No, I must press on or we'll lose the bison. Sorry. But I don't want success chance to go down. So he's wounded and removed from the activity. We watch for the bison from our concealed bowline, tensing with anticipation as the flushes, cries, and baying hounds grow louder. The dark bull suddenly leaps into the clearing ahead, horns flailing, charging straight towards us in terror. Okay, so 42% chance we shoot him and I gain prestige, 47% chance nothing happens, 10% chance a random participant is injured, or give that to Lutbert, or he pales under a hail of arrows, or we run away. And I'll gain stress for doing that. Alright, let's try to take him out myself. Okay. I carefully take aim as the bison, I think, yeah, Mer Gunzelin of Swiss was wounded. Ouch. Yeah, he was brutally mauled, actually. Oof, catastrophic penalty, he'll certainly die. I carefully take aim as the bison charges towards us, paws pounding the grass. The arrow sails past it into the tall grass as the bison takes a buck at Gunzelin. So Gunzelin is wounded by the bison. Ouch. Sorry Gunzelin. Hunts like these are a pure joy. I cannot wait for next year. There is nothing quite like the thrill of bringing down a mighty beast. Conrad von Hohenstaufen directs the breaking up, clumsily skinning the carcass before letting the game masters take over. We place the eager dog's share of the spoils on the stretched hide before departing for camp and home. So I guess we did successfully kill it. So I can give a bison horn to my wife, which increases prestige, reduces stress gain, and increases vassal limit, or I can keep that for myself. I think I'll keep it for myself. I lose 26 stress, I gain a bunch of prestige and some experience in hunting, and I gain dangerous beast slain, which gives me popular opinion. Cool. Yeah, I'll keep a memento. We became the owner of the bison horn. Great. Well, that was quite successful. Obviously, the one of the mares died, but that's alright. As long as it wasn't us. Well, he didn't die, but he got brutally maimed. So let's equip that trinket. So we're now getting a bit more prestige per month. And once we arrive back home... Oh, he actually appointed us Master of the Hunt. Well, there you go. That'll give us a bit of income. 0.3 from being Master of the Hunt. Great. Alright, so we've arrived back home. Now that that's out of the way, let's take out Count Friedrich of Solern. So he's got no allies, I've got one ally. I don't think I'll need allies though. Let's declare that war, raise our army up, and we'll go after him. Poor old Count Friedrich. He's not even home, he's got a region at the moment. He must be travelling somewhere. Okay, we'll just take out that army. Should win this battle fairly decisively. They've got bowmen, we've got armoured footmen and pikemen. Freeman's fortune. Siegfried, a free tenant renting some of my land in Ravensburg, has pulled in an exceptional harvest this season due to his meticulous planning. He wishes to use some of his profits to purchase a piece of my estate from me so that he can build upon his success and grow more crops next year. Forget farming, a man like him should be in my court. Yeah, he's got excellent stewardship skill. Or I can say, pay me in hard coin, the land is his. That'll reduce the control level though. And I'll get development growth, but control growth will go down. Or the control and... No, I think I'd rather recruit him to court. He's a good, good steward. So let's swap Mayor Berard. Actually, let's assign... Yeah, let's assign Eric. And we'll swap... So we've got 25 days left, that'll go down. Oh, it should have gone down, I would have thought. As for our marshal, our other brother's actually better. We could just revoke this until we get a... actually, we'll do it after the battle's over, because he's a knight in our... Oh wow, we won that battle decisively. 56 casualties on our side, 473 on theirs. Wow. Alright, let's revoke that city title now. $20 steward, not bad. Alright, we'll leave him. We won't appoint him to the council, but we'll just leave him as is. We'll make our other brother the marshal. And our sister-in-law, Hedwig, yeah, we'll make her the spy master. Alright, I think that's fine. Our council's looking a little bit better in terms of its stats. Our brother can marry, so we need to find a wife for our brother. Let's have a look at alliance power. County of Hainaut, Bourbon, Bresk, Sandomierz, Ansbach. So that's 600 troops. Got 900 troops. 800 troops. Alright, you can marry her then. They'll just accept. It's fine with me. Oh, the Pope wasn't swayed. Shame. It's alright, we've got an alliance with Countess Richelde of Hainaut. This siege will take a little bit. My spy master has come to me with grave news. While we do not yet know who, someone is plotting to kill my guest, Kuno. Yeah. Alright, keep finding, keep looking. If there's anything, we shall find it. Siege is almost over. Alright, there we go. Siege is over. We got some gold from occupying Zollern. We can now enforce our demands and take the title. It's good. Disband our army. And let's recruit some of these knights. Oh, I want to recruit him. Oh, but he costs so much. What about you? None of them are really that good, to be honest. For the amount of cost. I was looking for one with a decent martial skill. Anyway, what do we have here? Mayor Milo of Rüdlingen. Well, we're going to revoke that title. We're going to put our marshal on increasing control in Zollern, because the control here is 0, so we're getting nothing out of the province right now. Pretty much nothing anyway. And we've captured Sigmund, who's a decent marshal. What we can do actually, we'll negotiate his release and we'll recruit him. So he'll lose a bit of opinion of us. Here we go. While performing her duties as my spy master, Hedwig has uncovered a secret held by Countess Adelheid of Hohenberg. She has secretly taken Count Rambaldo of Friuli as a lover. So, yeah, that's excellent. I can blackmail both of them. Blackmail you, and blackmail you. Great. So we're getting a hook on the Count, which we can potentially demand a payment for. We should gain the same on Countess Adelheid of Hohenberg. Yep, we gained a hook on her as well, so we can demand payment from both of them once they get enough money. Okay, so that's that done. So let's appoint him now as our marshal, which will increase his opinion. Much better marshal as well. It'll take 11 years to get Zollern back up to full control. He's making alright money, so I'll just wait for him to... He's getting 3 a month. Conrad von Hohenstaufen has gained 20 opinion of me. Cool. Familial reputation. Let's just wait until he gets 50. 1 more month. There we go. Let's demand payment. That's 50 gold from you. Easy peasy. And now Adelheid. Oh, we should set, actually, our bishop. And yeah, we'll put it on Hohenberg. Try and take that. Get another claim. And we could host a grand tournament, but I don't think we'll do that just yet. Alright, so no more secrets to find, so let's switch back to disrupt schemes. We'll put you find secrets back in the HRE. And we just need, she's only getting 1.5 a month, so it'll be a little bit. Wife is pregnant again, that's good. Still didn't manage to sway the Pope, unfortunately. Accusations of witchcraft, blood-stained cloth, crow's feathers, strange-smelling concoctions. This is the evidence presented to me by a group of villagers from Zollern as proof that Beatrix has been practicing witchcraft in her hut on the outskirts of their village. The villagers claim her evil works must be the cause of their sick animals and are calling for her execution. That evidence is circumstantial. Release her, so they'll get upset peasants for 5 years. Or I can kill her for piety and satisfied peasants. Or I can recruit her. She's got good learning skill. I think just release her. Do I want the life? Yeah, let's take the lifestyle experience. Duke Gottfried of Lower Lorraine has secretly taken Countess Ulrich, the wife of Count Adolf of Berg, as a lover. Ah. Interesting. Alright. That's useful to know. Let's blackmail you. And we'll blackmail you as well. And he's refused. Okay. Well, let's get payment. Oh, she won't pay. She'll pay like a gold. Alright. Well, he's refused. A threat was made, and there can be only one outcome. We'll expose his secret. And let's just demand payment from Adelheid, because I don't want her to spend money and then we don't get that much. 8 gold difference isn't huge. So we've got a decent amount of gold now. We can construct some buildings, or potentially we can construct a new holding, maybe? There is no end to the opinions and wants of my son and heir, Werner. Half of the time he is trying to tell me what to do instead of the other way around. So he's gained the trait Bossy, which gives +1 martial and stewardship. And we need a lot more money to construct a city. It would be worth it though. Maybe we should just build buildings in our existing baronies instead. The loathsome wolf of Zollern. My master of the hunt Lutbert brings word of beasts spotted in my realm. I am hearing much talk from Zollern. It is said a foul wolf has been terrorizing the local villages, snatching livestock before disappearing into the hills. Okay, so we get beast sighting for 3 years. Okay, interesting. Bear that in mind for our next hunt. Almost have enough now. Norman no more. The enthusiastic King William of England, his vassals and his whole family has heeded the call of Albion and embraced English culture. It was only a matter of time. So it looks like he's succeeded. We have another son, Friedrich von Hohenzollern, who is comely. With a tired yet blissful smile, Wenner presents me with a perfect little son. Who will you become, my child, and what shall I call you? Yeah, let's call you Friedrich. And let's hope our other son dies so that Friedrich becomes the heir instead of the hideous Werner. Maybe we can even make Werner take the vows or something. But yeah, England, King William has succeeded House de Normandy with fortune and hell's darkness. He's become the King of England. Interesting. King William the Conqueror. English culture. Very cool. Longbow competition, chivalry, hereditary hierarchy, and castle keepers. Nice. Alright. Almost have our next stewardship skill. Great. So, I don't want extort subjects, not that useful, we don't have many subjects. Meritocracy, claim throne against our liege, not bad, but let's just go cutting cornerstones. 5% construction cost decrease is significant. And then we'll switch, I think, now to the strategy focus. Luck can win a duel, a fool can win a battle, it takes more to win a war. Alright, so... Oh, and I need to grant the barony of Reutlingen, yeah, alright. Let's grant that to this guy. Who's pretty terrible, but that's fine, whatever. Okay, do we want to go on a hunt, or do I want to spend money on building something? And develop capital again, we'll get a lot more stress. What is our development anyway? 9. So we can do that for another 5 years. I think let's leave that for the moment. We're already stressed as it is. Do we want to go on a hunt again? If we plan a hunt to, say, Veringen, it's quite dangerous because of the low control, but it's quite a significant success chance increase. Let's do it. Let's go on a hunt. This time our objective is to slay the beast, and we'll hire mercenary guards and mountaineers to accompany us. We'll increase our success chance and party size significantly to get loads of prestige. And yeah, let's go on a hunt. Okay, cool. Alright. So off we go to the hunt in Veringen. Travel, picture pasture. The smell of decay hits my nostrils like a pungent punch. The livestock don't look well as I glance around the immediate pastures at Grüningen. The peasants working here drag their feet and aimlessly wander around trying to look busy. Their clear lack of motivation and morale is rubbing off on the entire populace, it would seem, as development of the area has clearly come to a standstill. I shudder in disbelief as the local leader Hugo approaches me. What a mismanaged whole. So he could absorb my critique and lose mismanaged pastures and gain improved pastures. Or I could take their horses. Or I could just ignore it. No, a blind pig could run this place better, Hugo. Hopefully he listens to me. Yeah, he absorbed it. Good. Okay. So, we are now making camp. Those wolves are close. I can feel it. To my vassal, in recognition of this fact, I hereby offer you the position of steward. Alright, fine. I'll be a steward. What does that give me? +1 a month in gold, domain taxes, building construction costs. That's actually pretty good. It's kind of the right time for that to come through as well. Ludwig assembles the party as the sun rises over the camp in the hills near Veringen. My men have been gathering sightings of the wolf that is terrorizing the local area. We have plenty of pairs of eyes, not to mention spears. The beast's reign of terror ends today. The pack is a nuisance, scavenging from farms and retreating deep into the forests. Let's see if the rumors were true. Okay, so we'll seek the wolf. Just as my brother Ludwig started to dismount, legs still dangling from the saddle, my audacious vassal, Mayor Eckbert, made sure to bump into his horse, sending him tumbling to the ground. Okay, so I can lash him, but success chance will decrease. Or I can just scold him. I'll gain mediator +1 diplomacy. Alright, yeah, I'll just scold him. There's no way for a mayor to act. As we amble in a group, I hear Mayor Eckbert behind me, hissing from atop his hunting steed. "Look at that brash boar." He points at my guest Luitpold, who seems to be having a hard time bearing the insults. It's funny, like, this is quite a cantankerous dwarf. Again, no way for a mayor to act. Cornering the wolf, my knight Waldemar signals across the flatland. The whole wolf pack crouches in a hollow not far off. The beasts bolt up on our approach, howling the alarm as they retreat into the tall grass, fangs snarling. We chase after the fleeing grey vermin, focusing on the largest of the group. Now begins the real chase. So I'll gain stress, prestige, success chance will increase. I think we'll do that. After it we ride. Hark and away. The wood truly is the mantle of the poor, but as the wolf flees in panic from foraging peasants, I feel my patience wearing thin. Surely there must be better things to do in Varingen today than picking roots and mushrooms. So I can deny them the forest, and again, I'll gain prestige and success chance. Or I can donate to them. I'll gain some piety, development growth, and popular opinion. Yeah, let's donate to them. A generous donation should keep them away long enough. Because I think popular opinion was low, so now it's high, so that's good. Cool, alright. Cool, we gain slightly increased hunter experience. Oh no, it's gone. We can hardly keep up with the blasted beast as it darts and weaves through the tall grass, howling wildly. Scaling a rise and disappearing into a dense thicket, the wolf is gone as quickly as it appeared, with only panting dogs and sweaty horses to show for it. It fails, with an 80% success chance, and it fails? Are you serious? Unlucky. Hunts like these are a pure joy. I cannot wait for next year. Walther gathers the disappointed party and exhausted hounds for the trip home. The wolf indeed eluded us this time. So we gain a bit more experience, we gain prestige. And County of Zollern lost beast sighting. Oh, that's a shame. Come back home now. So we've got a little bit of hunt experience, but not much, to be honest. And that's alright. Arrived back home. Cool. Okay. Now we need to save our money now, because we'll be going to war soon. Oh, we learned of Isentrud von Wulfak's child heritage secret. Okay. Blackmail her. Can we demand payment? Yeah, she'll pay us 10 gold, sure. Why not? Cover the costs of our, To the evil Count Friedrich. We have been burdened with your oppressive laws for far too long. No more. We are done paying you taxes. Once your coffers dry up and your larders are empty, you will wish you had treated us more fairly. Okay, well, let's just raise... Oh, I can't do that immediately. Disband them, sorry. I just need to see where these guys go. So I could grant a tax lien, which decreases control by 75, increases autonomy. No, I think not. I will rally the troops against these peasants. Just move the rally point there. Raise all the troops. And crush them. Heresy. Cathars in Salzburg. Prince Archbishop Gebhard of Salzburg has announced to the world that he and his vassals have converted to Catharism. Having become disillusioned with the teachings of the Catholic priests, the nobles of Salzburg no longer consider the clergy to be righteous and true. As Cathars, they believe their new faith properly aligns with the will of God, and they are distancing themselves from their former religious institutions. What twisted mockery of our faith is this? Or we can convert to Catharism. Teaching that all matter was created by Satan and is therefore inherently tainted with sin, Cathars believe that the only way to achieve salvation is to reject the materialistic world, and with it all worldly desires. Interesting. No, I think we'll just stay as Catholic. Thanks very much. So I can gain a claim on the entire Duchy of Swabia, which would be interesting. Or just on the county of Hohenberg. He's got... I can't test it out now. I'm just wondering, should we try to become Duke now? Leverage our alliances. Got 1300 plus 700. I've got about 700. I think let's just take Hohenberg and let's just expand a little bit more in the realm. There we go, we've won the war. So we gain locals pacified for 25 years. We imprisoned Guntram, the leader. It's not a bad marshal actually, but I think we'll just, yeah, I think we'll execute him for treason. Gain some dread, we'll spend some prestige, but because he's a known criminal, no one minds. What is our dread anyway? 13 dread, okay. So we'll disband those troops now. Count Timo, right, okay. Alright, so let's set our marshal now to increase control in Ravensburg, because the control went down on account of the peasant uprising. So we need to increase that back up so that we're getting our full amount of taxes. Wow, a lot of people are converting to Catharism. Did he convert to Catharism? No, that was another Duke Berthold. Carinthia, interesting. Hey, we swayed the Pope successfully. Nice. That's good. Good, 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 good. Alright. Now, do I want to do anything else? We do have a claim on... Oh. Ooh. He inherited it. Adelheid must have died. So he's got one ally, 1900 troops. I've got 2 allies of 2700, so we should be able to win that war. I think let's go for it. Let's declare war. We'll call in our allies. Countess Richeld of Hainaut and Count Voislav of Kozelsk. Oh, he won't join. Well, I wish it would have told me that. His opinion of me is low. I should still be able to call him, even though he wouldn't accept. That's a bit annoying. Let's just try and siege down Ansbach then. Ooh, no, we're going to lose that. Okay, so she's joined. So where are her troops? Where's Countess of Hainaut? Up here. Can I hire some mercs? Don't have enough money. Can't be in debt more than 2 years of my income. It's annoying that my ally won't join. Let's just give them the runaround a little bit until my ally gets down here. Once she's here, should be okay. Just take a little bit of time. She's on her way though. Spymaster uncovered Judith van Vlanderen's lover secret. Okay, let's blackmail her. And we can blackmail him as well. Okay, we've got 2 hooks there. So both of them don't have much money. We'll just take it, because they're not earning enough money to really improve that. Okay, almost there. Just need to sync up with Oh no. Don't lose. Don't lose. Are we losing or winning? Can't tell. I think we're winning. Yeah, we won. Alright, great. Just need to keep defeating that army. Oh, okay, we can't go all the way there, so we need to go that way, because if we go through there, we'll lose, let's just wait till his movement is locked in, which is now. Okay, great. Force another battle. Oh, is that hostile to me? No. That's part of the war with the Kaiser, so hopefully the Kaiser's army deals with that. Is it? Wait. Is he hostile to me as part of this war? Attacking Duke Godfrey of Lower Lorraine. No. But he's going to attack me anyway. That is so stupid. Why would he attack me? Can I just retreat? I'm not even fighting in this guy's war. He's fighting in for like the Duchy of Luxembourg. It's nothing to do with me. Please retreat. Ugh, and the Duke of Carinthia, what is he doing? I was in the middle of retreating. This is going horribly. Is he part of our war? No, he's also fighting in Lower Lorraine, so we're just getting crunched by this pointless war that we don't even really want to be involved in. That has nothing to do with our battle. It's annoying. Duke Berthold of Carinthia has secretly taken Bertha von Boulogne from Carinthia as a lover. Alright, well maybe I can blackmail them both and get some money and then hire some mercs. Okay. Because that's annoying. Well, it hasn't impacted our war score. Yeah, alright, cool. We'll get some money from both of them. Can we hire some mercenaries? Just to finish this off? Yeah, so we can hire the Palavian band of Meissen. Let's do that in a second. Let's just move that to there. And then hire them. Swayed the Pope again. Nice. Can we ask for gold? No, don't have enough piety. That's alright. We'll have to go on a pilgrimage at some point. Just want to win this war first. Lessons from the past. Though I will surely see many battlefields before I meet my maker, my library holds tales of war from 100 lifetimes. I have recently acquired a tome on the Great Battle of the Catalonian Plains, as well as a time-worn scroll written in some ancient language. Who knows what forgotten secrets it holds. Alright, let's attempt to translate the old scroll. Even with the help of a dusty glossary, the scroll is reluctant to share its secrets, but I press on. As the night progresses, the almost incredible story unfolds before me. In the Battle of Red Cliffs, the warlord Cao Cao chained his ships from stem to stern to combat seasickness. A commander of the opposing Sun Lu forces, Hung Guai, saw his chance and sent a feigned letter of surrender. Then he prepared a squadron of ships, filling them with kindling and oils, and let the wind carry them towards Cao Cao. As the crewless ships approached the enemy fleet, they were set ablaze, resulting in the fiery deaths of countless men. Okay. So we can get learning and martial, or we can get study the battle. Alright, let's study the battle. +1 martial, +1 learning, cross river and straits without advantage penalties, and maximum battle roll. Cool. Okay, that's good. Okay, let's go take him out. County of Ravensburg gains martial guidance. Cool, very nice. Excellent popular opinion now. Should win that battle. Blood on the snow. It comes from nowhere, hitting me clean in the temple. I didn't even see the projectile coming, much less try to dodge, and for a moment I stagger, blinded. A sharp peal of giggles ring out behind me, and I whirl. Werner rises from his hiding spot, another snowball already clutched in his vicious little hand. Okay, so we can toss snowballs, or I can let him pelt me, or I can beat him, or I'm busy, go bother someone else. No, good shot, come here, you little hideous little rascal. Okay, so we won that battle. Just. Should we just siege down Ansbach now, maybe? Try to imprison him. We can't ransom anyone off, so we'll just do that. Alright, so there's nothing going on, okay. Let's switch then to finding secrets in France. Oops. Yep, go back to France. Find me secrets to blackmail people for money. Oh no! Our alliance ended, but at least she's still in the war. Our brother Conrad died from a seizure. What? That's... wow, okay. That's 250. We should win whatever siege battle we'll be getting in. Oh, it looks like they're not gonna even try and siege. They're just gonna go to Hohenberg. That's alright then. Ah, good. We've finished increasing control in Ravensburg, so we can set him doing the same in Solo now. Siege is won, but war not over yet. Still won't accept. So let's go fight. Duke Berthold is being attacked by Count Berthold. To my liege, for too long I have suffered indignities at the hands of Duke Berthold. I will not stand idly by while our liege abuses his loyal vassals. I urge you to join me in the fight to depose this tyrant. Well, who's in the war? Well, you are the traitor. Jeez, that's annoying. I don't want to fight on either side, so I'm not going to fight with them against the Duke. I just want to win my war and get Hohenberg. That's all I want. Allied combatants slain. Giselbert van Ghent was slain. Our alliance with Count Voislav has expired because Adelheid died in childbirth. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, we can unlock a martial lifestyle. We'll take Serve the Crown, gives us natural dread and plus 0.3 control growth, which will help significantly reduce the amount of time left to increase control in Zollern. Crap, are we going to win that siege? Shh, we're not. We need to go and stop him from sieging that back. We learned of Duch's non-believer secret, okay. Gain a hook on her. We can ransom Valberka, which we'll do, and we'll demand payment on that. Try to get out of debt. In our recent communication, Pope Alexander of the Papacy expressed a want to focus on his ambitions and interests more. I could make sure that our coming letters contain more on a topic close to his heart. I've heard that he appreciates feats in war. He'll surely enjoy subterfuge and intrigue. No, I think he probably likes a good book. I mean, look at his learning skill. 35. Do that. Hopefully that works. Yes, he encouraged my slight dip into more personal topics. Now I just have to keep pretending that I know anything about scholarship. So he likes us quite a bit now. Okay. Alright, now let's siege it down. County of Zollern lost lack of sheriffs. Great. That's good. Ransom accepted. And we have learned of Agatha's non-believer secret. Blackmail her for money. Yep, got some payment out of that. Alright. Okay, Liege won the war with Count Berthold, which is not surprising, and has now taken his lands from him, so the Rheinfelden dynasty is gone. Oh no, it seems that my diplomatic overtures towards Pope Alexander have caused a major misunderstanding. I have received a letter which makes it clear that he thinks I have been pursuing a different goal entirely. I am your Pope, for God's sake. I do not need to read on to get the point. Ugh, well, it's all a big misunderstanding, Mr. Pope. I swear. Well, that ends our scheme to sway him. So maybe we'll start swaying... maybe our wife. Let's sway her. Prove her opinion of us. My brother Otto was plotting against Kuno. Ah, why? Pointless. While performing her duties as spymaster, Prince Robert of Burgundy has schemed to have Count Hughes murdered. Oh. Well, let's certainly blackmail him. We can probably demand payment for that. Walram von Wulleslin has joined my court. Okay. That's 50 gold. Easy done. Totally forgot to set someone to educate. I guess I'll educate both of them. And we should put someone as the court tutor as well. Aldonza is good, so we'll go with her as the court tutor. And in fact, you can study a language. Let's have you learn Dutch, Italian. Dutch and Italian are probably the most useful. You can start by learning Dutch. There we go, we should win the war now. There we go. There we go. 100% war score. We get Hohenberg. We're at 4 out of 5 domain now. So that's good. Next up will probably be the County of Württemberg, perhaps. But let's disband all these troops. Fantastic, alright. So, let's... what are his allies like? Yeah, I need to cast a spell. Alright, let's fabricate a claim on... Actually, can we go anywhere else? Yeah, no, I think we've got to go to Württemberg. Let's fabricate a claim on Württemberg. We want to start going down to get promising prospects so we can get some good alliances to use against the Duke of Swabia. He won't accept, surely. Yeah. It's a shame. Actually, I wonder if I can Request a claim. Won't accept. What about Ansbach? Oh, close to accepting. If the Pope liked me just a tad more. What about against the Duke? No. Yeah, okay. Alright. Might have to switch back to stewardship. Ooh, Duke Guilhelm of Toulouse. He's had someone murdered. Not good. Or he attempted to have someone murdered. Certainly blackmail him. And demand payment. Fantastic. Alright. We need to invest in our holdings a little bit. Groningen has pastures. I think we could also had spearmen, I think, in here. Actually, I think let's invest in Ravensburg first. So we've got heavy cavalry damage bonuses here, so we should lean into that. Barracks will increase heavy infantry and grand tournament cost reductions. This will increase heavy cavalry damage and also reduce grand. I think we go with the stables. I think that's probably worthwhile, but there you go. We've expanded from 2 counties to 4 on our way to getting a 5th. And not dead yet, which is a victory in itself in Crusader Kings 3. And we gained a level of fame. Our glory is widely known. We are now distinguished. We've swayed Countess Wenna, so we'll switch now, I think, from swaying her to try to seduce her. She is our wife after all. Make her our lover. She'll increase the chance that we have children. Alright. I'm invited to Count Hermann's hunt in Stuttgart, apparently, but it's not working. No invitations. Alright. And we can create... Oh, she's pregnant. There you go. Well, I guess we swayed her in a different way. Let's have a look at these accolades we can create. So we've got Huntsmaster, Scoundrel... Oops. Reeve. What does Reeve do? Parochial Vassal Opinion. Okay. And Stalwart. Travel Safety. And Huntsmaster is... Venator Trait Experience Gain. Scoundrel. Martial per Stress Level. Okay. None of these are doing it for me really. Marauder. Monthly prestige per dread. Okay, what about Lutbert? Pike Captain and Vanguard, those are quite good. And Ludwig, Huntsmaster and Marauder. Alright, let's go Lutbert. So Pike Captain, that one does spearman damage. And Vanguard does heavy infantry damage. Okay. And he's also got access to Besieger, Skirmisher, Thug, and Huntsmaster. I think let's swap these around. Let's put Vanguard as the primary accolade. We'll put Pike Captain as the secondary one, because that leans into both of our men-at-arms. And we'll create that accolade first of the column. Spend some prestige, but there we go. First of the column. Nice. Gives us heavy infantry damage. Cool. Alright, I'm satisfied with that. Now it needs a worthy successor. So let's seek... This accolade already has potential successors. Okay, I just need money to recruit him. That's alright. Once Zollern is at control, we'll have to increase control in Hottenburg. But that's good. Now we just need to, I think, build up our provinces and keep investing in the buildings and just consolidate our control over this territory, and then eventually try to become the Duke of Swabia. My lord, it has come to my attention that there is a rare opportunity to invest in the county of Gruningen. Okay. I think I'd rather... yeah, I'd take the prestige. Not so concerned about investing in Gruningen in that way. Everyone appreciates a gift, but perhaps I could come up with something truly unique that will make a real impression on Countess Wenna. Well, I don't know. A wood carving or poetry? Yeah, let's try poetry. Thank you so much for the poem on the joys of life you gave me. I can scarce remember the last time I received such a wonderful gift. Oh great, so we gained budding interest. Anything for you, Wenna. Alright, that's good. Well, we might leave it there, guys. We've played about 11 years. We're in 1077 AD. This is the world as it stands. A lot of the empires are still together. England is conquered by King William the Conqueror. So, yeah. It looks like Navarra has become part of Castile. King Sancho the Strong. So, pretty interesting. But alright, I'll leave it there. As always, if you're enjoying the content, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Lets me know that you want to see more Crusader Kings 3 stuff and you want me to continue this campaign. And as always, take care, have fun, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.